And the Bulls start out with the ball. A look at Cleveland's starting group. J.R. Smith and LeBron at the 2 and 3. Kevin Love out. With Thompson, and it's Thunder in at the point.
And for Jimmy Butler, so much improvement over his young career, especially as a shooter. His rookie year, he shot just 18% from three. Last season, he shot 38% from there.
Cleveland on defense. Rose with the ball. He kicks it to Gasol. Rose against James. Shot clock at 6. Rose dishes to Gibson. It's good. This time the assist from Rose.
He had his head on a swivel and was able to pick out the pass and get the assist.
Earlier, Doris Burke spoke with head coach Fred Hoiberg. What did you find out, DB?
The one player on his mind in this matchup, Kevin Love. And it's not for his scoring ability, but for the harm he can do to a team on the backboards. You saw what he can do to teams if he goes unchecked, Coach said. We don't want to let him get up and get over 20 or 30 rebounds on us. And to do that, we got to check him out each time a shot goes up. Guys, easier said than done.
All right, Doris, thank you very much. Here's Butler following the score by Derrick Rose. Lets it go. The shot is off. Good D by Love.
Well, they finally missed on their fourth shot of the game. That's a good way to start things off.
Wasted no time on that one. Thunder's got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game. Rose kicks to Butler. Out to the right wing. Dunleavy the pass to Gibson. Butler attacking. Dunleavy dishes to Gibson. Here's Gasol. And he didn't get quite enough under that one.
Yeah, but the hand in the face, it's critical that you contest his shots every time down the floor. And sometimes he can hit that deep three, but it's not a high percentage shot for him.
Yeah, even for him, that's out of his range.
Now here's Rose. Now the pass to Gibson. And Thompson sends it back. And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Thompson. Here in the first, just under 2.5 minutes played so far.
Guys, the Bulls defense was as stout as ever last season. A big part of that is they have guys that challenge you inside and at the rim. Even off the bench, all of their bigs are mobile and protect the basket.
Here's Thunder. This one for 3. And Love with the basket on the assist by Thompson. Gibson the screen. Rose kicks to Butler. Tried to come right back with the 3 of his own, but it's no good. Talking about the Bulls and their rim protection, they had the lowest opponent field goal percentage on shots right at the rim.
Yeah, and it helps when you compare 7-footers down low. It's not just the bigs, though. Even the perimeter players will track back and challenge at the rim. Really a total team effort.
And Dunleavy gets it to go in.
A good open look, and he splashes home the 3.
Cleveland's gone 3 of 6, 50% from deep so far tonight. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline. For Chicago, they've gone 4 for 9 from the field to start this game off. Gibson against Love. And Gibson, here we go. Good D by James.
All the defender had to do there was just stay close to him, and he did.
They get it again. Pass to Thunder. Yes, and it's LeBron picking up the assist. 9 points for Thunder.
Great outside shooting fueling this run.
And the D is getting bombarded. They haven't been able to slow them down the least bit.
Gasol dishes to Butler. Oh, wow. That's a beautiful Beautiful jam.
Flying high and throwing down the hard one-hander.
One of his favorite moves right there, guys.
And really, he does that one as well as anyone. Kev, you're right. That's like his signature move once he goes airborne.
And that last replay courtesy of Kia. Well, last season would be one where Kevin Love played a different role, saw his numbers decline, but that was, I think, especially with LeBron and Kyrie, much better players than he ever had in Minnesota. That was to be expected.
It's a great point, Kevin. And Love dropped about 10 points per game in terms of his output. The field goal percentage as well as three-point percentage was down, but still, he traded it all to be on a winning team. And I really feel like his numbers will start to go up as he makes the adjustment to playing with great players.
Good point. Catching up on the changes for Chicago. Joakim Noah's checked in for Gasol. Mirotic comes in for Taj Gibson. Doug McDermott, he's checked in for Mike Dunleavy. And Brooks subbed in for Rose. Nice shot by Brooks.
And, you know, for Love last season, we knew he'd be in a supporting role to LeBron. You put any player next to LeBron, and he automatically becomes some kind of role player.
And that one's good.
Just reliable, guys. He's just always trying to make the right play.
Brooks kicks it to Noah. Inside, here's Mirotic, and he stuffs it. What a pass to set him up.
And I love the fact that he didn't have to slow down or adjust there. The pass was just timed perfectly. And thinking back to Love and his numbers last year, we saw the same thing from Bosh when he played with LeBron. Love and Bosh had similar reductions in scoring, but both were still great players, and they both have the ability to adapt and impact the game in other ways. And already they've staked out a noticeable advantage in terms of aggression and controlling the backboard.
And the trend they'd love to continue right through the next three quarters as well, Greg.
Morris checked in for Chicago. .32 seconds left here in the first quarter. Once again off the mark by Cleveland. Chicago has gone 1 of 3 from beyond the arc so far in the game. Nice shot by McDermott.
You know, that's been a big part of their offense in the early stages. I mean, their success working the ball inside and getting points from close range, right at the rim.
And Clark, they might as well keep doing it. I mean, attack the basket until the defense makes an adjustment. You know what? I think he thinks he can make a few improvements to how things are going on right now.
Yeah, and you know, coaches always are looking for ways to tweak things and change it up a little bit, no matter what the situation is. That's what coaches do.
Timeout is called. First of the game for the Cavaliers. Cavaliers will go with a different look here. Thompson, he's checked in for Mozgov. Love comes in for Channing Frye. Smith checked in for Shumpert. And Thunder subbed in for Matthew Dellavedova. There's 21 seconds left to play here in the first. Here is Brooks. An intentional foul committed, but for what purpose, Greg, I'm not sure.
It's a scene of confusion right there. I can't imagine why he thought it was a good idea to foul there.
7 seconds left to play in the first. No good from Moore.
And no excuse there for missing that one after being freed up by a great pick.
Yeah, I agree with you. I mean, they came away empty, but they got the look they wanted, and really, I like the movement and communication there.
And a chance to hear from LeBron James as he talked about the challenge of remaining calm and collected throughout the ups and downs of the NBA season.
For me, at a younger age, I was never even killed. We would win a playoff game when I was younger. I was excited out of my mind, and then you would lose, and I was the worst person in the world. But I think at this point in my career, I kind of stay even. One game shouldn't affect the next game. You know, you go out and play as hard as you can, live with the results.
Again, just another part of the maturation process for LeBron. He's become such the consummate pro.
Yeah, he really has been. It's amazing to see the pressure he's dealt with and the way he's handled it with that even-keeled nature. You know, he's as solid and steady as they come at this point in his career. Nothing phases him, nothing rattles him.
Neither team able to build much of a lead up to this point as we start the second quarter. And taking a look at Chicago's performance here, guys, what have they been doing or not doing?
You know, they're not going to sit back and just take jump shots. It's all about attacking the paint and getting to the rim.
That's who they are. They've been the aggressor early, attacking the hoop and getting into that paint.
Mirotic out there with Pau Gasol. Then there's Etuan Moore. Then there's Derrick Rose. And it's McDermott in at the 3, the small forward. So that's the 5 in the game for Chicago.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And he can't get the first one.
And one problem with the Cavs last season was they put immediate pressure on themselves. A part of that was the trade for Kevin Love.
Dunleavy's check in for Doug McDermott. Good on the second free throw. As you said, the Cavs put a lot of pressure on themselves because of the trade. You could see it affect the way they came out of the gate, Clark.
And, you know, it was just night and day, Kevin, when the Cavs began to relax and click. I mean, a total transformation and turnaround. They would go 19-20 in the first 39 games and then 34-9 over the rest of the season once those guys gelled and got locked in.
Here's Rose, and such a nice move to make the basket work. And the Bulls lead by 1. And a moment here to take a look at some of the hustle stats for the Bulls.
And it's been about their defense. They're playing with a frenetic pace, putting a lot of pressure on the ball handlers and forcing turnovers.
You know, another factor in their offense so far has been their ability to convert and score off turnovers.
James, no good.
Outstanding perimeter defense there. That was a well-contested shot.
Yeah, and you know he takes a lot of pride in his defense. There are no easy threes if he's on you. Boy, such outstanding patience and decision-making for them offensively.
Absolutely. Their ball movement has been outstanding, and they're piling up the assists.
And another miss by Cleveland. Chicago leading by 3. Moore passes to Gasol. The quick look, no good that time. And here we go with Thompson running it up the court. Fires the 3. James, no good. The Bulls have gone 2 of 6 from the field in the second quarter so far. And the rejection by Love. James, the best defender. Fires from deep. Count it, number 5 from the floor this game. He's now 5 of 11.
Of all the guys you want to leave open out on the perimeter, he is the absolute last guy on the list. Attention to detail. Know your personnel.
Here's LeBron, and down it goes, jamming that one home.
Man, he got fancy with that one, didn't he?
Yeah, maybe trying to give them the momentum boost they need to break this game open.
I tell you what, I like that, though, guys. Some coaches might not want you to make a play like that, but I tell you what, when you got the skills like that, I say go for it.
A wide open look for Love, and another 3 for Cleveland. And watching Kevin Love, he can do everything on the offensive end, Clark. He's been that way really his entire career, going back to high school.
Yeah, his game is low to the ground, too. No explosive moves or dunks. He takes you on and beats you with skill. Good footwork, smooth shot, sharp passer, and an excellent IQ.
Chicago calls timeout.
And talking about Love, last season was a tricky one for him. So much of his post offense was taken away by the Cavs scheme, so he just made up for it by averaging the second most threes of his career.
Catching up on the changes for Chicago. Taj Gibson's checked in for Gasol. Portis comes in for Mirotic. Butler, he's checked in for Mike Dunleavy. And Justin Holiday subbed in for Moore. Now here is Holiday. Passes it to Portis. 4 on the clock. Shots good by Gibson.
You know, for Kevin Love, last season was the first time as a pro that he's been asked to defer on offense. Not just to LeBron, but to Kyrie as well. You can bet he and Chris Bosh now have a lot to talk about.
Here's Mozgov, and he drops in the layup off the glass. Mozgov's got his first points in this one.
And that putback about as easy a bucket as you're going to get.
Exactly what happens when you don't box out, Greg.
Holiday gets the bucket.
Just a little confusion among the D as to who was supposed to be on it.
And a wide open look for James. Tried to answer back, but that three is off the mark.
His touch has disappeared on him this quarter. He just hasn't been able to get it going.
Outside Rose. $18 feet out. And it's in after a nice bounce off the right side. Rose has got 8.
And started hot, and he's only gotten hotter. And injuries, once again, were a central theme of the Bulls' season last year. Losing Rose was one thing, but then having Jimmy Butler lose a lot of time put them in such a tough spot.
Chicago making some changes. Joakim Noah, he's checked in for Gibson. And Brooks subbed in for Derrick Rose. LeBron's shot is good.
Excellent communication on the inbound play there, guys. He got in a good position, and the pass was as it needed to be, on time and on target.
The shot by Butler, nobody around. The three-pointer, no good. Cavaliers have gone 5 of 12 from the field here in the second. Three-pointer, Dellavedova, good, and the assist goes to LeBron. LeBron's got 3 assists in the game. Bulls trail by 3. And here's Brooks. Butler on the way. We've got 1:18 left to play here in the second quarter. A shot by Holiday. Nobody around. Tried to answer back, but that three is off the mark. Here's Shumpert. And another three for Cleveland.
That's far too good a look to give them from behind the arc.
3 of their last 5 makes come from beyond the arc. The defense has to react quicker.
Here's the screen. Noah against Mozgov. Noah kicks to Holiday. Lets a floater go. And there's the whistle. Fouled hard on the shot. He'll go to the line.
That's his first personal foul.
First trip to the free throw line for him in this one.
And how about a year ago? 82% on his foul shot, so he was reliable when he went to the line.
And guys, if a game was coming down to the wire and an opponent needed to foul, I mean, he was the guy they wanted with the ball in his hands. I mean, shooting the free throws because of his proficiency there.
And the Bulls making a change here. McDermott's checked in. And Cleveland with a change here, too. Thunder's checked in for LeBron. Butler dishes to McDermott. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up, and 2 shots coming up.
And guys, what a strange rookie campaign for Dougie McBuckets. I mean, he entered the draft as a polished sharpshooter. The Bulls traded up in the first round to get him, and he ended up playing 9 minutes a game over the course of last season.
And McDermott drops them both. And on the topic of Doug McDermott, one of the most decorated college players in recent history, and Clark, he called a lot of his games.
Yeah, enjoyed watching him play, and I still think he has a bright future. Just never found any real rhythm. Averaged only 3 points a game, but he didn't get much playing time. So look for him to bounce back in the years going forward.
Now here is Holiday. 5 points in the game. They grab their own miss. Here's Noah. And lots of contact there. Missing the shot. He'll shoot 2. That's called on Channing Frye.
No, I tell you what, he earned his money on that foul.
Yeah, if you're going to foul, then make sure that you don't give a chance for the and one.
For Chicago, they have hit all 4 of their chances so far in this one. And he makes the first. So both teams changing it up here. so he hits 1 of 2 from the stripe. Now Cleveland moving it up. Shumpert's running. Over to the wing. Here's Thunder. And another miss by Cleveland.
And that's not the best of shot selection there. The defense definitely won that possession.
Yeah, I think in that case you've got to go elsewhere with the ball. You just can't rise up over the top of him when he's on you.
And the first half comes to a close. We've got a close game going on here. Cavaliers on top, up by 1. And time now to go courtside as we send you over to Doris Burke from the sideline. Doris?
Hey, Kevin, with Derrick Rose. Derrick, how does it feel to get back out there on the basketball floor here for the new season ahead?
It feels good, man, especially playing with my teammates. We have new teammates. We're just trying to come out here and just play hard and compete.
Great to have you back, Derrick. Kevin, back to you.
Thank you for the great interview, Doris. We'll be back for the third quarter of basketball following halftime.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Welcome back, everybody, to the 2K Sports Halftime Show. Hope you've been enjoying the excitement so far. Ernie Johnson, Kenny the Jet Smith, Shaquille O'Neal. The first quarter for the Cavaliers was fairly even. The largest lead for them during the period was 4. The second quarter was a strong effort for them as they continued to battle, and they were able to close out the half in a good position. Kenny, your thoughts? How are the Cavaliers playing?
One strong area has been their work on the boards. And you're trying to get ahead in the score and stay there, it often comes down to a few extra possessions. That's why any extra rebounds can make a big difference. Now they have to come out in the second half and attack the glass with the same vengeance.
And Shaq, what'd you think about Chicago?
Well, how about that contribution they got from the bench? Nice. Those are some much-needed points, and it keeps them right in the game. I would be surprised to see him dig a little deeper into that bench. Some games you just got to go with the lineups that are working and just improvise, Ernie.
And now, folks, it's just about time for the third quarter to begin. We will see you after the final buzzer.
And it's been a back-and-forth game so far with no ground given through the first half. Third quarter starting here now. It's been a clinic out there by Thunder.
And, you know, I'm not sure that he can continue to shoot the three as well as he has up to this point. He has been lights out.
You know, sometimes, Greg, you have those nights where the basket just looks twice as large as it is. Grand Canyon size. It might be one of those nights for him.
And so in the game for the Cavaliers, LeBron and Love are the talented pair at the forward position. Thunder is out there with J.R. Smith, and it's Thompson in at the center, filling out the middle. James. And again, LeBron missing.
No other way to put it. Just a poor shooting performance for him. But luckily, his teammates have picked up the slack.
Guys, we're not through 3 quarters of play, but 6 lead changes already in this one.
Yeah, it's been a really good game for sure. I mean, it looks like it's going to stay tight throughout.
Yeah, competitive, and I think we all can agree that we thought this would be the type of game that would come down to the end.
Well, you go back last season, the Cavs had a very slow start to the year. Not surprising. They had a lot of new faces and people they're bringing together. Clark, it didn't look like the powerhouse they would end up being as we saw.
Well, you know, they were kind of fumbling and bumbling around in the 5th and 6th spots in the East for the first half of the season. Made some changes, though, through trade, and that got them going, I think.
The 10-footer, and he overshot that one, missing. Cleveland's gone into a slump here from three-point range, shooting just 1 of 5 here in the third.
Oh, Maestro, he is so good at making those lead passes, like conducting an orchestra.
Just over a minute and a half have passed here in the third quarter.
And those midseason trades for the Cavs really turned things around. Mozgov came in, J.R. Smith and Shumpert secured that 2 spot, gave this team an incredible edge defensively.
Matthew Dellavedova has checked in for Thunder. On defense, Cleveland. They lead by 4. Good. That's now 8 points for Butler.
Yeah, and you know, they built the roster to how they played best mid-season. I mean, it was a great job, I think, by the front office to get the players that fit best into the locker room and into the team style of play.
That's the kind of D that you're not going to find success with, guys. They've got to get a hand in the face.
Here's Rose. And Butler, here we go. Gasol. The shot's good on the assist by Butler. Gasol's got his second basket.
Really crisp, intelligent passing to make that basket possible.
And the dunk by James.
Taking it to the rack with power right there.
And hammering down with the two-handed slam.
Just piling on the lead with the dunk like that.
Bulls trail by 5. Feeds to Butler. No good. Smith with the defensive effort. Cleveland's gone a less than productive 2. 6 from three-point land in the second half. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Bulls will take it.
That is just a careless turnover. You've got to be smarter in those exchanges.
Chicago making some changes. Portis comes in for Taj Gibson. And Justin Holiday subbed in for Dunleavy. Got a switch here also for Cleveland. Fry's checked in. For Chicago, they've gone 3 of 6 in the third quarter. 50% from the field.
You know, Jimmy Butler is one of those guys who had to overcome major odds just to get to the NBA. Reportedly, his father... In the family when Jimmy was an infant. Mom kicked Jimmy out when he was 13. The obstacles and adversity go on and on, yet he's made it and made it big.
The shot's good from Smith.
There's been a huge discrepancy between these teams and their effectiveness from the three-point line.
It has been pronounced, no doubt about it. Definitely a big factor to this point in the game.
Now here's Rose. Holiday with the three, and the basket good. Holiday's got 8.
And they're just raining threes on both ends.
Boy, I love the answer. You come at me with the 3, I'm coming right back with my own triple.
And it goes as the official calls the foul. Count it. He'll shoot one more at the free throw line. That's going to send LeBron James to the line. They get Pau Gasol.
And the thing about LeBron James, he's really done a nice job of reshaping his game over the years. I mean, every veteran goes through losing a little speed and quickness. The great ones compensate by getting stronger and more physically imposing, not to mention also their basketball IQ grows as well, just as has been the case for LeBron.
On the free throw, no good. We're talking about the strength of LeBron now. We saw Michael Jordan do this too. They paid a lot of attention to their body as they got older, and thus they became more sculpted. They looked more physical.
Exactly. Leaned up and altered their games a bit. Not nearly as high-flying, but just as potent and as effective.
Brooks, that's a two-pointer. Another one falls for Chicago.
And now this game's taken on a whole new feel since halftime.
Oh, you can actually feel it. It's palpable. The energy level on both sides has really gone up a bunch.
Now, here is Mirotic. Pass to Portis. And some nice ball movement here by Chicago. Noah kicks to Holiday. There's the feed to Mirotic. Gets the front of the rim and out.
I didn't see that miss coming. I mean, he's usually been money from that range.
Here's Dellavedova. And he was fouled in the act of shooting. Chance here now for a three-point play.
Not fazed at all by having a bigger defender on him down low. And I really thought he would be.
You know, at first glance, you wouldn't think that he'd be comfortable in that particular situation. But, boy, I tell you what, he didn't look like he was out of his element at all right there.
Mirotic gets the bucket.
I like the recognition of the mismatch there, immediately making the defense pay.
The Cavaliers have gone 7 of 13 in the third quarter so far, just above 50%. For Chicago, they've gone 8 of 12 from the field since the beginning of the third. Moore passes to Mirotic, and it hung on the rim but wouldn't fall for him. Cavaliers leading for three. Love, rebounded by Moore. Brooks dishes to Moore. Brooks with no one around. No good. That would have tied it. The Cavaliers shooting at a decent 44% clip here. And the shot is good. And that's now 17 points for Thunder.
Dellavedova is really good at finding his teammates.
Brooks kicks to McDermott. From 12 feet out. Good. McDermott's got 6.
What handles? He broke the D down to the ground with that move.
8-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Dellavedova. The shot is off. Now Chicago takes it the other way. Moore passes to Brooks. For the lead. Brooks can't get that one to fall. And stolen by Mirotic. And yep, couple bounces and it falters. Mirotic has got the game tied up here for the Bulls. Here's Thunder. Here's Shumpert. He got it up that time, but it wouldn't fall for him. Third quarter comes to a close, and a battle brings it to a tie. From the United Center in Chicago, back in a moment. All right, the fourth quarter of action getting underway. We've had a great one so far with both sides coming to play. And Chicago shooting 49% on the game. They'll take that. On 13 with Dunleavy on the perimeter. Gibson is the 4 with Gasol at the 5. And it's Rose in at the 1. So that's the 5 in the game for Chicago. Smith for 3. An absolute bomb from three-point range. Smith's got 9 points here in the second half. And so here is Chicago. Now Rose. There's a screen. Gasol kicks to Butler. Good, and the assist goes to Gasol. Gasol's got 3 assists now in this one.
Wow, has he flipped a switch at halftime. Much more effective here in the second half.
Back to LeBron. And he jams it with authority.
How about that fantastic finish and the aggressive move, too, Kevin?
Trying to send a message, Clark, with that slam, I think.
And I'm not sure if it was text or email, but he definitely threw that one down.
Here's Rose, following the score by Cleveland. No good.
Hey, I like creativity and a circus finish as much as anybody. But you better be sure you got a chance to make it. Boy, oh boy, to be young again. My, oh my. Got me thinking back to my days.
Oh, yeah, right. It does make you nostalgic, doesn't it?
Well, speak for yourself, because I could never throw it down like that. But I will say, it sure looks fun, doesn't it? I tell you what, he has quite the act to follow. But Fred Hoiberg was a quick choice for the Brass in Chicago. Signed that 5-year deal over the summer. Was easily one of the most in-demand. Coaches available.
Fourth quarter now. We're about a minute and a half in. Butler. And a rebound goes to the Cavaliers. Thunder's got his 5th rebound right now in the game. Took the opportunity when he saw it. Now it's a 5-point Cavalier lead.
Add another triple to their second half total.
They came out of the break just dropping bombs and just are not letting up at all.
And that one's good by Butler.
They didn't get a chance to knock one down in the first. The defense left him a look, and he nailed it. He'll make them pay when he's open. It seems that every pass they make is leading to a score here. I mean, that's just exquisite ball movement.
And that's because the ball is looking for the best shot, and it's really paid off for them during the run.
It's blocked. Here's Thunder. Offensive rebound. Dishes to James. For 3, Smith. Chicago. Grabs the miss. And Butler, here we go. Yes, and it's Rose with the assist that time. 17 points for Jimmy Butler.
And since halftime, he has been a different player.
For 3, Smith. And it's Gasol with the rebound. Gasol's got 3 rebounds now in this one. Gibson dishes to Rose. Fourth quarter keeps moving right along. 3 minutes gone so far. Smith. Poked loose. Bulls trail by 3. To the wing on the left. Dunleavy for 3. It's rebounded by Cleveland. Thunder's got 6 rebounds here tonight. Smith for 3. Make it 5 for 10 with him in that bucket.
And they're getting their points now almost exclusively from the triple. 4 of their last 5 makes are from beyond the arc.
And, Greg, it's hard for me to watch this. I mean, the defense practically giving them those shots.
Rose passes to Gasol. And that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Gasol. Love checked in for Cleveland. Cleveland leading by 6. Now here's Thompson. Back to Love. Smith outside. Offline with his 3.
And they've controlled the glass throughout this game, but it's still close.
Guys, it's their hard work inside that has them out in front. But they can't let off now. They've got to keep it going.
And let's quickly check out the scoring breakdown here for Cleveland.
What a tremendous showing from the three-pointer all through this game.
They've been firing on all cylinders in the transition game, too. I mean, they've really run the break well.
And he does get the second one, and that brings them within 5.
A disappointing trip to the line there. Even though it was just one miss, now is not the time to be missing those.
Now here is Smith. And there's 1:45 left in the fourth quarter of this one. Launches a 3. Good for basket number 6 from him in the contest. He's shooting 6 for 12.
He's been much more effective in the second half than he was in the first. Coach can't be pleased with their inconsistency on the defensive glass. They've been caught taking pictures out there. They're watching, as opposed to getting in there and securing the arm.
Chicago calls timeout. They're losing by 8. There's 1:40 left in the fourth. Let's catch up with Doris from the sideline.
Well, Kevin, I was able to listen in on what the head coach of the Chicago Bulls was going over in his huddle. They're getting outshot from the perimeter. He told them, we've got to close out faster on the outside shooters. These threes are killing us. Kevin, can they tighten their D?
1:39 left in the game. But they get it back. A chance there to push it to double digits, but it's off the mark.
And so much for repeating the three-point barrage he put on in the first half. Nothing here in the second.
And he gets the bucket. 6 points for Pau Gasol.
How about the purpose with which he's crashing the backboards right now? Some hard-earned second chance points.
And it's Rose missing.
You know, they don't score on that shot, but they're going to be happy with those kinds of possessions. Those are chances almost always you can rely on him to get you 2 points, but the D, just enough to keep him out of rhythm.
And it's Gibson finishing it off.
This guy is a beast on the board.
And when he gets those second chance points, GA, he does not waste one of them.
And you know what? It's always going to be a powerhouse finish with him. We know that for sure. .106 left here in the fourth quarter. Here's Thunder, and foul called as he misses. He'll go to the line and shoot 2. What a game we've seen here for Thunder. He has 17 points, and he's buried a ton of three-pointers in this game, too.
Hey, I think we need a calculator to keep track of just how many of those he's knocked down.
Okay, gentlemen, 2 shots. 2 shots.
Gets the first, and that puts them up by 5. And so both free throws are good, and it's a 6-point ball game.
And as long as they can keep doing that kind of work at the foul line, this lead will be safe.
Chicago calls timeout. They trail by 6. There's a minute left in the fourth quarter. Rose attacking. Money! And now they trail by just 4.
The defense played him close on that one, but he just would not be denied. Aggressive move for the score.
Smith, no good. Rose with the ball. Here's Dunleavy. Thompson with the rebound, and that's an intentional foul. Crit on the first, and that puts them up by 5. And he cannot convert on the second. That misses.
And I'm sure he would like to have had all of those, but he's still able to pad the lead.
Good. What a beautiful shot to bring him to within 3.
And he should thank the team for those 2 points. Nobody paid much attention to him on that play.
It falls.
You know, huge height advantage there, but because of the great body control, he's able to cancel it out.
Agreed. The body control essential in that situation. I mean, if you're giving up a bunch of height, then you better be able to manufacture things in the air.
We've got 28 seconds left to play in the final quarter. And it's Gibson finishing it off.
Boy, he wanted everybody in the building to know who threw that one down.
Hanging on the rim is, I guess, one way to do it.
Yeah, I tell you what, though, you want to make sure you don't get teed up from a situation like that. And really, I like the fact that even with the big lead, they never coasted.
To me, that's a sign of a really good team, Greg, because you should always be playing against the game and yourself. I know there's an opponent out there, but when you have a lead, it's all about continuing to execute. Do what you do and stay true to that. And I like that aggressiveness and full speed ahead kind of attack that they have.
Three-pointer, Butler, trifecta. So it's a narrow win for the Cavaliers, pulling it out. They break the hearts of every fan in the building with a dramatic late victory.
And Kevin, this is the kind of win you have to take a ton of pride in. I mean, they battled with everything they had and came through when the pressure was at its highest.
And now we'll send it down to Doris Burke, who's standing by courtside.
Yes, I'm here with
the 2K Sports postgame show.
Thanks, Kevin, and let's take a look now as we give the nod to our Jordan player of the game. Just a monster first quarter of the game. He came out hot and just never cooled down. That boost he gave his team early on, a huge factor. Let's go to Shaq. What can you say about his performance?
There was nothing they could do to slow him down, Ernie. Man, you go into a building on the road and completely control the action like he did. Only a few players could do that, Ernie. I'm impressed.
There's no doubt about it. This guy is a leader. He was in attack mode all night, calling for it and delivering in some big, big plays and baskets. His point total shows everything that I'm talking about. The defense was like, what am I going to do? And he was like, nothing, because I'm toying with it.
And that's it for our broadcast here tonight. But we're just getting started on a new season in the NBA. For Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith,